This is what you need to properly live young, okay?
A little sesame ginger, some protein bars, some cookies. Good nutrition value on this one too.
Hi, I'm Darnell with Live Young Lifestyle, and I'm here today with my best friend Gina, and today we are talking about sugar, the hidden secret. It's not what you think, sweetie.
Oh.
Here's my problem with sugar. First of all, it makes you fat. It used to be like in the 70s and 80s, you know, there was that whole like, fat makes you fat, you should eat everything that's like fat-free.
Fat. For years, people have tried to hide it. Well, we had a different idea. We cut it with even creamier reduced fat skippy peanut butter spread.
And then they dumped a ton of sugar in it to make everything taste good. So now we've learned our lesson and we're trying to eat more things that are full fat, more real foods, but now they're hiding sugar in everything. And sugar comes in like a zillion different names. It could say sugar, it could say fructose, it could say cane sugar, it could say,
Alcohol sugar.
Alcohol sugars are the ones that are like in all of the power bars. So you think that, you know, this doesn't have sugar in it, but it's alcohol sugars. There's sugar in just about everything that is processed.
This makes me really sad.
I know. If it comes in a box or a bag or a jar, it probably has sugar in it. And the thing that makes me mad is that when you think that you're doing something healthy, like you think you're doing something healthy by drinking this coconut water, you know, nutrient rich, electrolytes, and it seems like a really good choice. But when you look at the label, this shows you how old I am, it actually has in this one entire thing, the total sugars are 10 grams. Now, there are 2 servings in here. So it has 20 grams of sugar. And for a woman, we're supposed to only have a max of 24 grams of sugar per day. So it's a woman's supposed to have no more than 6 teaspoons of sugar, and a man is not supposed to have more than 9. That's according to the Heart Association. But in one drink like this, you've almost had your full day of sugar, and yet it's sold in Whole Foods, it's sold in all the health food chains. You think it's healthy. So even things that don't seem like they're sweet, nobody would like pick up a box of Cheerios. We'll get to the whole grain oat part later. There's no way that there is a whole grain in here. But you would not think that this is sweet. It's not the frosted Cheerios. But again, when you look at the label, you'll see that, look here, there's
This new show is called Two Old Ladies with
2
Glasses.
Exactly.
There's only 1 gram of
There
sugar.
is, but you're supposed to only have
6 grams per day.
6 teaspoons a day, so 24 grams. So, but this is for 3/4 of a cup. So they're adding stuff just to make it taste better.
If it tastes really, really yummy, there's sugar in it.
Probably.
No, honest to God. But like these protein bars, I mean,
Yeah.
I used to eat them all the time.
Yes. So I have a big. This is a big pet peeve of mine because you're in the grocery store, you're in a health food store, and there's aisles now of these protein bars, and you think that you're doing something great for your health. You need 20 grams of protein. Actually, you don't need 20 grams of protein, and there it says low GI, 0 grams of sugar. When you turn it over, it literally says on here 0 grams of sugar per serving, and then it says not a low calorie food. Total sugars 0, including added sugars 0, sugar alcohol 21 grams.
So you're almost done for the day.
Well, sugar alcohols they're a lower glycemic index, meaning that they don't hit your bloodstream quite as bad as like regular table sugar, but it's still sugar.
You might as well just count that as part of the 26.
Oh, you have to. You have to. So when you look at this 21 grams of sugar in this, you have to then look at your total carbohydrates, because that's where it's getting. There's no vegetables in this. You're getting, that's basically your sugars, and there's 24 grams of carbohydrates in this.
A healthy alternative
tricking
would
us.
be nuts.
Yes. So anything like a raw nut, something like that, which actually, to be honest with you, it helps regulate your blood sugar level, especially raw almonds. So if you can do a handful of raw almonds, it regulates your blood sugar level. And also, if you do mess up and you end up like face down in a tub of this dark chocolate Haagen-Dazs ice cream, and you want to make sure that you're slowing down the way the sugar's hitting your bloodstream, eat the nuts right afterwards, immediately afterwards, so at least you have the fiber in your stomach. and the fiber helps mitigate the way that the sugar hits your bloodstream. And the slower the sugar hits your bloodstream, the less likely it's going to be stored as fat.
But
so
if you mix
quicker
this
it
with
gets
this,
your blood. One scoop and
and
one
some
scoop.
nuts.
Now see, this is a product that I actually like. This is so delicious. It's dairy-free vanilla bean. It's made from coconut milk. It says right on here, no added sugar. And if you look at the back, so whatever is in here, it's natural. But again, there's sugars 1 gram, sugar alcohol 3 grams.
For the whole tub?
There's 4.
Oh.
Look, there's 4 servings in this.
That's a lot.
So if you were to sit down with this little tiny tub of ice cream and polish it off, that's pretty bad. That's 12 grams of sugar alcohol in here.
No, but I'm saying 4 is like, that's a good serving.
Nobody takes a fourth of this unless you're, well, sometimes. I don't know. I take a little bit bigger scoop than that. But also like the Yoplait yogurt, like this is, you've basically in one thing of this had all of your sugar for the day. So your sugars are 10 grams in here, and you can have 24. So this is half of your sugars for the day in this one container of Yoplait Light.
So when something on the bottle says sugar-free, you really need to read the instructions because that's like misleading you. It's not always sugar-free.
It is misleading. So
you have to look at the alcohol, sugar content, and the other things.
You know, you can find the percentage of like cholesterol, 0%, sodium, 120 milligrams, 5%, total carbohydrates, 8%. It will never give you the percentage of the total sugars. So look at this. Do you know why? Because people would realize if it said 97%,
that it's all sugar.
that it's all sugar. Yeah. So if it gives you 90% of your recommended daily allowance, that's why they've somehow, somebody struck a deal with the government and the FDA, and they're not listing the percentage of your recommended daily allowance. And remember, for a woman, that's only 24 grams a day. So let's see how many cookies that would be. You could eat 8 of these, and then you're done for your sugar for the entire day. But that also means fruit juice, all of that. So if you ate 8 of these cookies, you need to eat broccoli and chicken for the rest of the day.
You know what doesn't have a lot of sugar? Vodka.
That's true. This is a no sugar added tomato ketchup by Heinz. Regular ketchup has 4 grams of sugar. No sugar added ketchup has 1 gram of sugar. No added sugar means like, okay, tomatoes still have sugar in them, and all of those things have to be added up. But it's the things that I feel like you think you're doing something healthy, like this, Kashi Go Lean, 9 grams of protein. So they put all the good stuff on the outside, 9 grams of protein, 8 grams of fiber, 500 milligrams of omega-3, honey, almond, flax crunch. That all sounds so great until the honey is kind of a giveaway because sugar is sugar is sugar. Your body doesn't really know the difference between eating a glass of orange juice and drinking an orange crush soda. You get the vitamins from the orange juice. Besides that, when that sugar hits your bloodstream, fresh orange juice with no pulp or an orange crush soda, your liver gets in, it's like overload. What do we do with all of this? And it, boom, gets stored as fat, and it's usually around the center. So if you're getting like fat around your midsection, that mostly 99% of the time is an overconsumption of sugar. Your body doesn't know what to do with it, and it spits it out as fat storage.
Okay, so question.
I'm telling you.
You have a healthy lunch, you have some chicken, some lettuce, whatever, a little Darnell Live Young lifestyle lunch, and then it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and you're craving sugar. What's your go-to?
My go-to is eat a pear. I wrote a blog called Little Tricks to Curb Your Appetite, and there are certain things that will help you to at least have that sweet flavor with this. Eat it with the skin. Make sure it's organic. Make sure you watch that video on organics because that was a big one too. But it gives you that sensation of sweetness from the fructose and the fiber. So if you did that, if you ate the pear, you had a couple almonds, then wait a little bit. And if you still feel like you want to get something sweet, then have it because you already have that fiber in your stomach and you'll eat a lot less of it.
I don't want a pear. Can I have an apple?
Yeah.
With some almond butter?
Yeah.
And then you do say, like as a tip, like reward yourself on a Sunday. Like have a little bit of
my gosh.
the soy ice cream, or have something that makes you feel good.
Treat yourself.
Don't
Yes.
100% say, I can never ever eat
Oh,
this
no,
again.
no, no. This is not about saying you can never eat this. This is just saying when you're trying to be healthy, just be aware of what is going in your
That's
body.
the best thing, aware. And if it
Be
tastes
aware.
really yummy and really sweet, no bueno. I'm trying to
Splenda.
give up Splenda. So Splenda is no bueno. So
No
now
bueno.
I do stevia.
Stevia is much better. That is a much, so this
And
is organic stevia.
It's still sweet.
It's still sweet. So there are, all sugar is sugar to some extent. But stevia is one of the healthier choices because it does have a lower glycemic index. So stevia is better. Splenda is really bad. Any of those like artificial things that have been shown to like cause mice cancer, I mean, they've been proven that they're just horrible for you.
I
And
agree.
not only that, but it tricks your body into craving sugar for the rest of the day. So when you sweeten your coffee with this, yes, it is sweet. It's much better to actually try to change your taste buds so that things like apples and pears and real food actually taste sweeter. And if you're used to artificial sweeteners, you're not going to get that same enjoyment when you eat your apple and peanut butter than you would if you were, you know, your taste buds are just like drawn to the sugar. There are some sugars that we use for baking that are a little bit better. So like if you do dates, so a lot of the recipes on liveyounglifestyle.com have raw dates in them. That's a good way to sweeten things. Honey, but again, honey is, your body cannot really tell the difference. And some of the fruit sugar, so like monk fruit sugar has a lower glycemic index as well as coconut sugar. So I do, when I bake, I'll bake with those kind of sugars. And again, you know, it's not about deprivation, but again, if it tastes sweet, there's sugar in it. So, and sugar adds to weight gain and a whole host of other diseases. So we have to just be aware of that. So, you know, understanding what is in our packaging and making sure that if we're trying to be healthy, that we know what's going in our body. I think that that's a really good way to live young.
I do too.
So if you like what our videos are about and everything that you're learning here, please make sure you hit the subscribe button. I think it's like over there. And if you want to be alerted when a new video posts on Live Young Lifestyle, make sure that you hit that little alarm button as well.